Aloha from Maui. Good morning to everybody out there that is wanting to have more health, wealth, and vitality in their lives. I love bringing to you these amazing women that I have had the pleasure of meeting that have just incredible inspirational stories. And today I have Priscilla, and I'm so excited that Priscilla is here. She's going to tell us where she's at right now, what time it is, because it's almost 8:30 a.m. here on Maui. Let us know where you are, Priscilla, and what's the weather like, and what time is it for you?
Sure. Hey everyone. So my name is Priscilla. I am in Nairobi, Kenya, so East Africa. And it is currently 9:26 p.m. where I am.
Wow.
So quite a big time difference.
What's the weather like?
Well, we're in our warmer months, though thankfully cold doesn't get like too cold. Maybe like kind of like maybe like 11, 12, kind of, which for us is very cold, but I know and maybe for you in Hawaii that's also like freezing, but for many other parts of the world that's very mild. But now we're in our warmer months. So December, January are some of our warmer months. So during the day can be anywhere from maybe like mid 20s up to maybe like 28, sometimes 30. Yeah, so it's really good weather during the day, but at night, at times of late, it's been getting a bit chilly at night. I'm not sure why, because it shouldn't be this cold at night. But yeah, but still decent.
Well, everything's changing. Well, I just love being connected with women all over the world. And you're in an area I have not explored, and I'm a big traveler. So I just love being able to hear things from what it's like there and all of that. And I know my viewers do too, as well. But so exciting. Would you come and share a little bit? We met in a networking group, and Priscilla
Mhm.
has an awesome story. Come and share a little bit about your backstory, how you got started being an entrepreneur and all of that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So I think, okay, so I'm a mindset coach. Let me introduce myself. I'm a mindset coach, and I am passionate about helping people understand the transformative power of their mindset and the impact on all results so they can truly create life by design and fall in love with themselves, most importantly, and their lives either for the first time or all over again. For me, it was for the first time, definitely. I spent majority of my life not knowing me, not loving me. I knew I was a good person, but like I didn't love myself, and I definitely didn't value myself or see the worth in myself. And a lot of my results were definitely reflecting that, but I didn't realize that that's what was actually happening. So I was very stuck, very unhappy. For many years, it was all blaming because I'm a good person, so it's not me. So it's that person, it's that boss, it's that job, it's this, it's that. Like it was always just like outside, 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 outside. And I think you just kind of come to a point where you're like, okay, but is this actually going to be how the rest of my life is? And I had this knowing, because for me, spirituality is extremely important. God is my foundation in all things. And so for me, I'm like, I can't piece together that like God wanted me to experience life on this earth just miserable. Like that doesn't make sense. So there's some dots I need to connect. I need to understand how to experience life in the way that I truly want to. And so as a result, I started searching. And as they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So I was on a whole personal development journey, trying to, like understand me, understand life, just understand why so many things were such a struggle. Just to put into context, one of my greatest pains was I struggled to have a child for almost 7 years, and I had three losses along the way. And it was, of course, a very challenging, very painful time. And that was one of those things because for me, I was a person who professionally, I didn't know what my thing was, right? So I'd help people. Oh, you're passionate about this. Let me help you with this. Oh, you're passionate about this. Let me help you with this. But I didn't have my thing. So for me, what I knew I was so clear on was the personal side. And the personal side just was not working. So it was a source of a lot of pain, a lot of feeling very stuck. And then as well as a woman, you're like, okay, so this is what I'm, so-called meant to be doing and what I would like to do, but I can't. Like I don't understand why, I'm having so many challenges. So for me, yeah, that was kind of really what got me into searching and into seeking and just wanting life to make sense. And so I ended up doing a mentorship of Bob Proctor's material called Thinking into Results with an amazing mentor based in Australia. And when I was nearing the end of that, then someone from my current mentors team reached out to me. And so now I was mentored by Kim Calvert, and Kim Calvert was or is Bob Proctor's #1 global consultant. So I'd heard about her a lot because Bob used to talk about her a lot, but I never thought, I'd get the opportunity to be mentored by her. So when someone reached out, I was kind of like, wait, what? How did you in Northern Ireland find me in Kenya? And am I sure this is even the right person? And all these questions that come into your head. So I ended up doing one of her free master classes, loved the way she teaches, did one of her program or one of her events online called Inception. And from there, I knew this is the mentor for me. I went into mentorship. And then so many things in my life just started shifting. Like, number one, I really understood the whole notion of taking responsibility for my life because that was a term I did not like. When you are stuck and when you are blaming, that is the last thing you want to be told is to take responsibility for your life because you're like, I'm sorry, things suck. It's not my fault. What are you telling me? And then this material just helps you really understand that no, taking responsibility is the first step to freedom. It's the first step to being empowered. It's the first step to realizing you are creating. You don't have to just go along reacting to everything all the time. And yeah, I have a healthy little boy now. He turned 2 in August. Just the absolute light and love and just such a happy child. And the way I get to show up for him as a mom is so different now because of what I've poured into me and how I've invested in myself. And so now I'm in a space where I'm so grateful for what the whole journey was, even though there was so much pain, but I'm so grateful for what it led me to and who it's led me to become. And it's a never-ending journey, we're always like growing and discovering, but I'm so grateful for where I'm at now. And yeah, and so when I was in the mentorship, then I got the opportunity to then be trained as a coach. So now I get to guide people on the same journey that I was guided on that completely changed my life. And that's what I do now.
I just love all that. And the thing that kept coming to mind was how blessed we are that we have these video tools because here you are there and you're
Yeah.
meeting someone in Ireland and then it's just such a global thing and we really attract your light attracted what you needed and it didn't matter. It wasn't in your backyard, so to speak. I'm
Mhm.
curious, there where you are and where you live, do you have community support for all of this, or did you really have to find it online?
So I'd say a bit of both. I think definitely in the beginning it was very much online. I mean, I think there's definitely a lot of, there's coaches here, there's personal development work being done here. But for some reason, when I was kind of like searching and everything, what came out and what resonated more for me was Bob's material. But now, I mean, my mom joined mentorship because of the changes she saw in my life. My cousin joined mentorship because of the changes she saw. So the community is building. And then I have some of my clients are based out of the country and some are also based here in Kenya. So the community is starting to grow. And I think community is so important when you're doing something new or like trying to like change your mindset or trying to change things that you've always done. Community is so important because the people around you can really help to uplift you or they can unintentionally kind of drag you down, right? Especially if
Absolutely.
yeah, if you're always in the same circles, complaining about the same things or talking about the same things, and then you come and you're like, oh no, now I'm taking responsibility and I'm creating them, da, 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 da. And people are kind of like, what? So it's so important, I think, in the beginning, just having that community and like-minded people who are also on the journey. Some might be miles ahead in the journey, some might be behind in the journey, but just the notion of people who realize the value and importance of the personal development work makes a massive difference. There'll be people who are, telling you dream bigger and anything is possible and you're worthy of this and all the things that are just helping you to raise your frequency. So yeah, community definitely in the beginning was a lot online. Some of my family members thought I was nuts, but they still absolutely supported me, which I really appreciate. They were like, I don't understand what you're doing. You're kind of crazy, but I support you and I love you. And yeah, and now it's growing. I think the community here now is growing as well, which is awesome.
Well, look at that. You're having a ripple effect, which I like to call it. It's when we do the personal growth work, it really does have an effect throughout our family, friends, and community. And I really think of community as the new currency because when we have the community and we couple it with the desire for that personal growth, right? And we have that community support and we have the self-respect. So you talked a little
Yeah.
bit in the beginning, you really didn't seem to have that yet and you grew
Mhm.
into it, and that's the same with me, myself, and every client I've ever worked with. We have to start really with that self-respect and loving ourselves, and then couple that with the community support, and the tools that we need to get it done. So I love it. I love Bob Proctor. I've been studying him for many years as well. So that's great that you were able to, from where you are, get connected to him. And I love all the people that he has out, like you were saying, out in the field, just really helping to spread his good word now that he's gone. Still
Yeah.
feels like he's with us all the time. So beautiful that you were able to connect with that and then still bring that out into the community. So I love that. So now you have a son and you're coaching everybody. And what I know, we met in, I think it was Becky's group or one of these
Becky's group.
yes, one of these empowered entrepreneur groups out there online, which I love because we're coming together to, support each other and help empower each other. But what are you finding right now in your, because I deal with a lot of coaches and people that are out there wanting to make a difference like you. How do you find your clients?
So I think it's been a bit of a mix. So locally, it's either like doing events or being connected with people. Maybe someone has come across something I'm doing on socials and reached out. Socials has definitely been what has connected me to international clients as well. And this year, especially, I've been really feeling called to speak more and more and more, which was something I like used to hide from. Whereas this year it's been like getting louder and louder and louder, just like, just keep speaking, just keep speaking, just keep speaking. Because I think the more we share our stories and someone can, resonate with that and hear from that. And depending on where they're at in their own life, it could be maybe, oh, I know someone that would really resonate with what you're saying, or it could be, I can really resonate with what you're saying. And just feeling like we're not alone, in this journey, because a lot of times, especially when we're struggling or having challenges, it's so easy to think it's just me, like it's only hard for me, and then when you're able to connect with someone who maybe has gone through something and is on, the other side of it, it's so encouraging and uplifting when you can't see a way out, to just know that, okay, this person has gone through some things and they're experiencing a totally different version of life now, so it's absolutely possible for me. So I think speaking has been a really big thing, especially this year, that I'm doing a lot more of, to just get my voice out there and connect with more people. And hey, we can, have a coffee chat, and maybe it's a great fit and maybe it's not, but I'll learn something from you, you'll learn something from me. And that's how we all like grow and collaborate.
That's how we connected too, because we were in a
Exactly.
speaker summit and I also am being called to speak more. Hence, we're on this beautiful platform sharing and speaking, and I'm sure that people will resonate with you. And when we're all done, Priscilla will put her information in the comments. Please reach out to her and connect with her if you'd like to know more. And I feel the exact same way. My experience as an entrepreneur for 38 years now, and helping others. I feel called to share my story because in my story, I can help. One, it helps heal me continuously, but I can also help to inspire others. I'm one of those people you speak of that is always encouraging people to dream bigger, to
Yeah.
live their joy, and to be, doing things throughout the day that are fulfilling their purpose, really. And that just comes with finding their purpose. So what I'm hearing from you, and as we close out, maybe share a little bit more about that, your purpose. So when I found my purpose and really made choices and decisions based on that, things flowed so much better. would you say that your purpose now is to just make a difference and inspire others? Is there a direct call that you'd like to share with us today?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think it's just being able to help people wake up to, the magic that they have inside, right? Because I think all of us have different magic inside of us that we're here to express and we're here to bring out to the world, and that's our piece of the world puzzle. But too many times we're not aware of who we even are to even know what that magic is, or we're trying to like fit into somebody else's box, and it's not comfortable. I mean, the other day I was laughing. I was telling someone, yeah, when you're trying to walk in someone else's shoes, it's literally not comfortable. It's the same thing, right? It doesn't feel good, it doesn't look good, it just doesn't fit. And something inside you is always telling you when you're like kind of out of alignment. And you might want to like silence it because you're like, I don't want to look in there and figure out what that means. So I'm just gonna turn down that voice. And it's a whisper that gets louder and louder and louder. And some people will eventually listen to the whisper. Some people will completely bury it and live very distracted and escaping and all of that, which is really unfortunate. So I think for me, my mission is just helping people really connect with how amazing they are and fall in love with themselves and then create lives that are truly authentic and beautiful to them. Because that's truly why we're all here, is just to express that.
I love that, and I feel exactly the same. And no wonder we liked each other when we connected, because so many people aren't aware of the
Yeah.
gifts that they have. I recently did some human design work, and that was exciting for me, and it silenced some of that negative talk because I really realized I came into this experience designed to be the way that I am. And it's so important not to compare ourselves, because there's no two people alike, and how exciting it is to get to know us. So I
Yeah.
just it's wonderful that you're out there in the world helping people to find their being, their wonderful being and who they are, and helping them to connect and move forward, because otherwise we just get stuck, and it's always this stuck place. So I know we're coming into the year of the horse 2026, which is all about forward movement and energy. We've been doing a lot of last year for me, a lot of deep work and looking at those things you talked about we don't want to look at,
Mm.
really uncovering them, and I'm so
Yep.
grateful for the work, but I'm really excited for a new year of energy. And so do you have some fun things
Yeah.
coming up in the new year that you're doing? Any kind of classes or anything that you can share?
Yeah, so we have, I mean, we have an ongoing membership that people can check out. There's also free master classes so that you can get an idea of what it is we teach to see if it resonates first before investing. So there's like some free master classes as well that people are able to watch. And then I've partnered up with a former client who's my cousin actually. So she's a pro in sales. So we've partnered up so that I handle mindset and she handles sales. So we're coming up with some programs as well for next year, which I'm really excited about as well. And will be primarily online. So wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to join that as well. But yeah, I so resonate with what you're saying about this year has been so much of like, clearing and letting go and creating space. And I think that's why next year is actually so exciting because we've, created these awesome vacuums for really great things to be able to pour in. And it feels like there's a collective kind of energy of like next year will be different. I think a lot of people definitely had a lot of challenges this year. And as well, because when you're clearing, there's a lot of contrast that like comes up to be dealt with, right? And if you're not aware that that's why the contrast is coming up, it can really pull you down and like make you feel like I've done nothing, what's all the work for, blah, blah, blah. When you realize it's just like contrast is just coming up to show you, okay, this doesn't have space in your life anymore. And it's like, oh, thank you for that notice. Thank you for that guidance. And then, move on. So I think, yeah, I think next year is going to be amazing for so many people. And I just love there's an energy of so much awakening, I feel like. And I think we were talking about this the last time as well, that like when there is so much craziness in the world and like madness, which there is, it's so easy to get distracted by that. But then when you think about it as a worthy opponent, or people only fight when there's a worthy opponent. I think that the sense of good and the sense of awakening has never been stronger than it is right now. And that's why there's so much madness, is because there's so much good and so much power in the good. And our job is just to keep focusing on that good and highlighting the good and growing the good and expanding the good, because that's what's taking over. So I'm really looking forward to what's coming next year.
Me too. And we know that the good will win. And
Yep.
it's the social media aspect is such a, it's perplexing to me because here we met on it and I do business on it. I make money on it. I connect with people. My community is on it. It's such a positive, and yet
Mm-hmm.
I can get trapped in it. I can buy
Mm-hmm.
things I didn't mean to buy. I can read things that probably aren't even true and be triggered. And so there's all this other stuff. And so it's so important for us to be discerning
Yeah.
and focused on that purpose. And I find when I stay focused on my purpose, then my direction and my choices are more in alignment. And sure, I can still get stuck in the noise, but I'm so
Mm.
grateful for the awareness now to be able to stay in that space where you're talking about, like you said, the consciousness, the conscious community is just, I've never seen it so amazingly loud and bright.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
great to be a part of it. And I think that's why I wanted to bring you on today to share you with, I know the people that watch and listen to me that take the time, and thank you for that. They want to be inspired. They're searching, they're doing the work. They want to feel better. They want to have more energy. And all of it comes from doing the work. Not only the things I do by helping them to address deficiency, stress, and toxins, you got to do the mindset work. It has to go together. And so I
Absolutely.
really encourage you, if you found anything of interest here with Priscilla, to come back and check the comments and find her information, connect with her, support her, learn more about where she lives. It's so exciting. You know, you were telling me I can go on safari
Yep.
and all
Yep.
kinds of
Yep.
stuff. I think that
Yeah.
we need to learn more and more about where you live and what it's
Yeah.
like. And so thank you for bringing that to my audience. And I hope that we'll stay connected. And I'm so
Definitely.
grateful that it's all really come together for you, because when you think about it, if you hadn't found Bob and you hadn't had these connections, where would you be right now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, when I think about that at times, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'd still be still, like stuck and unhappy and just like thinking there's got to be more to life than this. And I think it's also very unfortunate that for so many of us, we have to hit such levels of pain and stuckness to get fed up and make changes. I wish more people would, be able to do that a lot faster. And for me, that's one of the biggest things. Like for me as a mom that I want to like pour into my son is, for him to be so grounded in his perfection and in his divine essence, and that to be his foundation, so that even when he goes out in the world, he's able to come back to that and see the world from that lens and have so much less to unlearn than we did. So yeah, I think it's we don't have to be stuck. We don't have to be in pain. That's not the purpose of life. Life is to be experienced and enjoyed on your terms. You get to decide what that looks like for you. Nobody has the right to tell you what that looks like for you. And it doesn't have to look the same for anybody else. And that's why you're here. And that's okay.
Totally okay. And what you're doing with your son is beautiful. Those foundations make a difference. I know the greatest gift my mom gave me was to really understand my unique divine perfection, and it's always been there for me. Now there have been moments when I have forgotten and had to do the work, but
Yeah.
giving your son the foundation will be such a blessing and have such a ripple effect throughout his life. So that's awesome. Well,
Thank
man,
you.
this was a fantastic conversation. I really encourage you to connect with Priscilla to learn more about how she's making a difference so that we can really grow this conscious community and help others to understand that we are the creators
Yeah.
we are of this experience. We can have a positive,
Yeah.
joyful, full of good energy, making a difference experience. And so we hope we can
Yeah.
help you, and that we hope we've inspired you today to think bigger,
Yeah.
dream bigger, and know that you have it. You have everything you need inside.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you so, so much as well for having me on and for, introducing me to your audience and this awesome conversation, because I really loved our coffee chat and the conversation we had. You're so easy to talk to. I feel like we're so aligned in so many ways. So this has been an absolute pleasure. So thank you so, so much.
Oh, thank you so much. And maybe one of these days I'm going to get over there and see you because I know
Please
my family
do.
went on a safari a long time ago when I was little and I didn't get to go. And I want to go.
Oh, yes, come for the safaris. I was gonna say come for the beach as well, but you're in Hawaii, so maybe not, but come for the safaris. And yeah, it's just it's an amazing country. Like I love this country. I truly love this country. The people are amazing. The weather is amazing, except when it decides to be a little chilly at night, but the weather is amazing. The safaris are amazing. Yeah, there's a lot here that's good. So yes, please do come visit.
Well, you are an ambassador for there. You know, people want to come and see you. You shine a bright light, and we just really appreciate your time and thank you for sharing with us today. Aloha.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye.